Greetings, superior beings, greetings, supreme being. Welcome to Universal Peace Television. We're back. I've been away for a while, so to speak, but now I'm back with this video for YouTube, how to make America great again. And I'm sure that many others have created a video for YouTubers that have thought a while about this question, and that also have listened to Donald Trump. And of course I support Donald Trump, and I think it's a great idea, making America great again, although many people argue America is great already. And one key thing I think I want to start off with is not blaming the people of the US, but the government or the people who are responsible if they do something that gives the American people as a whole a bad name, basically. So addressing the problem creators, basically, and also education, coming up with solutions for universal peace, for example, which we need with all these weapons of self-destruction surrounding us, the so-called scalar weapons, wireless energy technology, the death ray of Nikola Tesla, which all scientists agree upon that they exist, that wireless energy exists, though the term scalar was just made to hide that wireless energy, basically. So yeah, about other subjects, the demolition of the WTC by the Jesuits, and the directed energy weapon torture and brain control. These are subjects that people are usually not talking about. If they are brain controlled, then they would almost always be talking about something else. If these controllers don't want their equipment to be switched off and they want to be able to remotely control humans like remotely controlled robots, which they can with synthetictelepathy.com. That's the Malech patent, all explained in my previous broadcast. But this broadcast is about how to make America great again. But one idea is to implement this technology so that no one can ever hurt another human being, and so that we can create a perfect society in which maximum fulfillment is bestowed upon all human citizens of the planet Earth, world citizens, if you will, like myself. Let's see if I can show you my relatively new t-shirt. I think it's awesome. I have another one with the American flag. It's really nice. So so one thing I think would make, the main thing would be, I think, ending wars. Some say they are all wars for cancer oil and war is always a crime, and investing less in the war machine and more in controlling the factors that control aging, because everybody's going to die if no permanent cure against aging is created in time. So that would be something we all need. People, because of evolution, want to survive, and there are some people working on it, but I think perhaps everybody should be working on it until we have that cure against aging. And for example, also exposing the Apollo moon landing hoax. I still have to delve into the International Space Station, to what extent that is a hoax. We see that video of the partially disappearing astronaut, which I've also covered in my previous broadcasts. I think I might not have done, perhaps I have done a video on the top 10 reasons the moon landing, Apollo moon landings are a hoax. And surprisingly, in the top 10 we don't see that NASA video of these plates, an astronaut handling plates on the moon. And on the moon there's a vacuum, so there is no sound. It's not possible that you can hear the sound of these plates via the helmet of the astronaut. You could argue, unless he's touching the plate or whatever with his moon suit, with his hands, because in a vacuum, you can also see this in the vacuum chamber experiment in some of these videos that expose the Apollo moon landing hoax. When you have vacuum and you pump out the air of a chamber with a bell in it and you let the bell ring, then you cannot hear the bell if it's truly vacuum. If there's no air, then there are no air molecules and the sound cannot propagate to your ear. The air molecules cannot move your ear bone, basically, that registers the sound. So it's impossible that if the mic is inside the helmet of the astronaut or anywhere on the spaceship, that you could pick up the noise that he's making with these plates. And that piece of evidence I've covered in my previous broadcast as well, and that proves beyond any reasonable doubt that the Apollo moon landings are a hoax. And then they try to mix that with flat earth nonsense. Of course, intelligent people know that the earth is spherical, or rather oblong, to quote Louis Farrakhan. That's more accurate because the earth is not a perfect sphere. It's a bit egg-shaped, basically, oblong. And you can prove that easily to yourself by overlooking a bay with a telescope if you have to, and then seeing the buildings on the other end of the bay seem to be underwater partially. That's because of the curvature of the earth. And please like and subscribe my videos, because it's vital to spread the information around the world for universal peace, for a better future, a better timeline for yourself and everybody else. All humans are the most superior life form in the universe. There is no life form or entity that's more superior than the humans, and we need to realize this, to respect each other, love each other, and create the best timeline we can create together. Have fun, have sex, also make love. It's all contributing to universal peace. Get high, expand your consciousness instead of narrow it down with the killers, alcohol and caffeine, tobacco. Though caffeine might also be good. Coffee may be the most drank beverage on the planet Earth, actually, though I seldomly drink coffee or espresso. Practically never, really. So yeah, I've been busy with my computer. Now my computer is working. I hope you can all notice it also in the quality of the broadcast. I may have to invest in a better mic. There is some hum on this one, maybe caused by the screen. So yeah, let's let the speech engine read out my most recent writings that were the reason for me to start this broadcast. Let's see if display capture works. That seems to work. Alright. Then we go to the writings, How to Make America Great Again. So I think there are many great American people. They have excellent health food stores, very huge in the US. And there are great people that are doing the right thing for not just for the US citizens, but the citizens of the world. Really awesome people, but you find them in all countries across the globe. People are the same wherever you go, is the lyric of this famous song. So let's go to the speech engine. Oh, I still have to start it up. I haven't prepared it enough, but that goes very fast now. So let's do this. Well, it seems to take a little while. I don't know what happened, but now it should work. Well, it's because I have quite a number of applications opened up, and it has started twice. It will work. You can always fast forward if there's a boring part. Well, it will work or not, of course. You always have to test stuff if you're broadcasting live. They can block it also. It may be blocked by the NSA. It's still not responding. Of course, I can also read it. How to make America great again. Invest in controlling the vectors that control aging, create a permanent cure against aging. Everything is energy, so everything is a possibility. To stop wars and create universal peace. And also agreements, universal peace agreements, to prevent a world war in our future, basically. 3. Stop cancer chemtrails, cut down on radiation. I mean cancer cell phone radiation, but also other harmful types that can be used by these people that want to depopulate the Earth to get more power, to depopulate Earth to a more controllable number, and they're abusing this technology, synthetic telepathy, so they're usually doing the opposite of what I advise to do. And that may be in their own disadvantage as well. Use the list of pandemics caused by vaccinations and colloidal silver. Your life is the most important thing. And also use probiotics. First read up on the use of colloidal silver, how to do this. It can cure the AIDS virus, cure AIDS, according to several sources online. And this may be true, definitely. It does kill certain viruses and bacteria, that's why you have to replace these bacteria in your gut. And it's best to make colloidal silver yourself because it's too expensive to buy it online, and you have to take more than a couple of drops if you want any effect. And if I would have AIDS, then I'd definitely take the maximum dosage and create my own batch of silver. 4. Avoid a two-state solution, world war, between Palestine and its allies, Iran and Russia, and Israel and its allies, the US and Europe. Either avoid the two-state solution or make an agreement that makes a world war impossible if war would break out between Israel and Palestine. So that can be done by agreeing that the US and Russia will not help Palestine and Israel if they go to war with one another. But if they don't make such an agreement, then a world war could erupt, and that may be their goal, to create a Luciferian global government, which I have also covered in my previous broadcasts. So that's the satanic inner core of the Vatican. The Black Pope is in control, not the current Pope France is, or Bergoglio. Stop blaming the American people for things the government is responsible for, especially the things a majority of the Americans would vote against. So these, and it's basically reversed active measures. So phase 1 is education, phase 2 stabilization, phase 3 generating an economic surge, and phase 4 demilitarization. And I do agree with creating more jobs and investing in, for example, missile defense, defensive systems and stuff like that, to a certain extent. So I do support Trump and everything he wants to do, I usually agree with. But of course he can change his plans about the wall, insurance, about anything if he wants to. But I think he may have had some of the best minds thinking about these subjects, these problems, if you will, already, to come up with better solutions. So the idea is also making it better or doing nothing, not just doing something because they expect you to, but only doing it if you can control the outcome. And to a certain extent, of course, if people, for example with insurance, if they haven't paid for the insurance, then that means that they have that money. Well, usually they spend it on other stuff, of course. That's one problem, you could argue. So then you must have in the hospital, it must be arranged that they don't help patients that cannot afford the health care. So they should put money aside, and that should also be this idea should be made clear by the government, that if there is no healthcare, that people will have to keep money aside for when something goes wrong, and sooner or later everybody ends up in the hospital, especially without a cure against aging, though it is best to avoid the hospitals since they are used for their depopulation. So let's do my latest writings as well. I might also do them in my next broadcast. And this time I think that the speech engine might work, because my father is coming up with dinner and I'm preparing my desk. It seems to be taking a while for the thing to start. But I've said the most important stuff. I thought I immediately have to put this online so that the idea can start spreading for universal peace, for a better future for everyone. Because I am for that. I'm for making everybody that hasn't tortured me eternal. And that means 99.999% of the world's global population. I suggest. And I suggest you all check out my previous broadcasts. I will work on this speech engine. Well, perhaps it is because I've installed recent software installments may be causing a problem, and it might require a restart of my computer. I'm using SplitCam, and that might have a problem with the speech engine and other things, because it was recently installed and not restarted yet. And that basically has to do with the rewiring sort of the audio and video. So I'll have to make another broadcast. So you can consider this the end of the broadcast. I'm just cleaning up my desk, and it is very well possible that they block it with wireless energy technology, that there's stuff in there that they cannot handle at the moment. And let's close it again then. Restart it. I would also like to let my father hear my new writings, so close the program. Moment nog graag. I'm busy with the live broadcast, so please wait with everything for a minute.
Take it easy.
Okay.
You want me to put the food on the table?
Not really, no. Wait. Because you almost broke my phone. Yes, please. I first like to kneel. And fix the speech engine thing, because I'm in a live broadcast. And of course they fuck up everything and then pretend it's done by God. But just those infant-eating pedophiles that have killed my mother, that are torturing me and my dad to death with their remotely controlled hybrid insect microelectric and chemical systems, believe it or not. Because I attempted to press charges of incitement to commit genocide against the people that want to exterminate 7 billion people for the Luciferian global government. And of course, the way they could do that is with a two-state solution world war. Well, they're blocking it, so I will restart my computer and then I will do a new broadcast so that I can have dinner now with my father. Okay. So I will now temporarily halt this broadcast for universal peace. And I suggest you all think about how to make America great again. Or even greater.